Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many quaint and curious volumes of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as some other gently raping at my chamber door. Distinctly I remember it was bleak December, and its separate dying ember brought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books scarce in sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here for evermore. And the thickened and uncertain rustling of each purple curtain filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, still beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entering entrance at my chamber door, some lay visitor entering entrance my chamber door. This is it, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitantly, then no longer. "Sir," I said, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping so gently when you came a-rapping. So faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more." Deep into darkness peering, long I stood, wondering, fearing, doubtless dreaming. Dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. With silence unbroken, the darkness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word "Lenore," merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," I said, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what this threat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutters, when with many flirts and flutters, in the steps stately a raven, stately days of yore. Not the least obsidian made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but he made of lord and lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. This ebony bird of religion my sad fancy into smiling, by grave stern decorum of the concentress of war, through the crest be shorn and shaven. "Thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly grim, ancient raven, wandering from nightly shore? Tell me what lordly name on the night portent shore?" Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marveled so ungainly, foul to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being has ever yet was blessed with seeing a bird above his chamber door, bird or beast, above the sculptured bust, above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather, not a flutter, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as he hopes had flown before." Then the bird said, "Nevermore." Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, "Doubtless," said I, "what it utters is only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmercifully disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the digest of his hopes his monopoly burden bore. Oh, never, nevermore." But the raven belligerent all my sad soul into smiling, Straight I wheeled cushion seat in front of the fur embossing door. There upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to Lincoln, fancy into fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grin, gamely, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore, meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat engaging, in guessing, but no syllable expressing. For the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core, this and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining, on this cushioned velvet lining, that the lamplight glowed o'er. But the velvet lining with the lamplight glowing o'er, she shall pass, ah, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed by an unseen censer, swung by Zephyrm whose footfalls tinkled on the trumpet floor. Wretch, I called, thy God had lent thee, by the angels he had sent thee. Reprice the nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaffed, oh quaff this kind breath, and forgot the lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, weather tempest sent the weather tempest, tossed thee here sore, desolate yet undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted. Tell me truly, I implore, is there balm of Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends us up, by that God that we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distinct Aidenn it shall clasp the sick maiden, who the angel named Lenore, clasp it where, radiant maiden, whom angels call Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word outside our parting, bird friend, I shriek, upstarting, get thee back to Tempest, and night of Plutran shore. Leave no black plume as token that lie thy soul has spoken. Leave my loneliest unbroken. Quit thy bust above my door. Take thy beak from thy hearth. Take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven never flitting, still sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er his streaming throws a shadow on the floor, and my shadow from that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.